Hello, everybody. I know shoes. Okay, so shoes on the AT. This isn't, by the way, I want to talk about shoes, but I'm not. Even though I'm laughing, it's very tongue in cheek because I did the video with four packs. So I know what you're all going to think after watching this video with. I'm serious. I am not kidding you. 6 pair of shoes. Okay, so on the AT this year, I went through 6 pairs of shoes. I should have only gone through 5, but I threw 1 pair. I pretty much had to discard 1 pair. Anyway, let's go over it a bit. I've always been an Ultra fan for shoes. Solomon make great shoes. Hoka. They make great shoes. I've always been, Ultra. Just gotten used to them. I know what they can do, especially when I'm out on a ridge or something. Confidence factor. I know how those shoes perform. And more notably, the models with the Vibram sole. So I need to put that out there because that's important. So anyways, I started off with a pair of Lone Peak 5s. And they were actually left over from last year. I used them on the IAT, and I actually had about 300 miles on them. And for some strange, bizarre reason, I had the idea in my head that, oh no, hey, I can get another couple 100 miles out of them, no worries, So off I go, and actually I did get some pretty good mileage out of them. But here's Garfield, my buddy at the beginning. He's like, oh no, everybody switches over to Olympus, and I'm like, okay, So we get into Hot Springs, and I go and I buy myself some Olympus 4, and they weren't bad, but like all Ultras, the toes came off them. Yada yada. Just stay with me, okay? Because this isn't what you think. This isn't like the 4 backpacks. If it is, I'm in big trouble, and I really need to seek some help. Anyways, so I wore those, and they weren't bad. The toe came off them just like I thought they would. But I got like 300 or 400 miles out of them, and then I realized, I saw that the 5s came out, the Olympus 5s. Whew, that was a big mistake, as it turns out, because I bought these big, huge orange Olympus 5s. Felt great, initially and everything, which all Ultras do. But very quickly, they disintegrated. And I'm sure a lot of that had to do with the terrain I was on as well. I'm pretty hard on shoes. I'm what's known as a rock hopper. I'll go right over top of the rocks. Most people will try to find their way around them and zigzaggedy through them, but not me. I don't care. I just plow right through. So yeah, I do accept that part of it. But at any rate, so I chewed those shoes up pretty quickly, especially with the Smokies and not so much Virginia, but southern, like PA, just the bottom part of PA. And we all know Pennsylvania, Roxylvania. So, anywho, I decide I'll give them another chance. And so, off I go, right, with this pair of shoes. And I think it was actually almost close to New Hampshire when I got the second pair. And these ones just absolutely disintegrated on me, like so quickly. It wasn't even 2 or 3 weeks. So I'm not begging for forgiveness here. I'm not saying I have a problem with shoes or anything like that. Anybody will tell you they go through at least 4 or 5 pair of shoes. At least I hope they tell you that, because if they don't, I'm in trouble. Anyway, so these shoes just disintegrate. I had to climb like all the whites in shoes that didn't even have a sole on them. So anyways, I finally get past the whites and get into town, and here I am thinking, oh well, hey, maybe I should switch it up a little. And I watched my friend Roadrunner there go and buy some Solomons, and have a modicum of respect for them. Like she really enjoyed the shoes. So I thought, well, what the hell, I'll give them a shot, right? So here I am, and the first day I had them, boom, I couldn't stand on anything. I felt like I was on a skating rink. Next thing you know, I'm in the water. I lose a bunch of camera gear, yada yada. You know the deal. So then I thought, okay, there's no way. I mean, I only wore them for one day, but when Shaw's came back out, I got them to bring me another pair of Lone Peak. Only this time, they were Lone Peak 6s. So anyways, Lone Peaks, 2 pairs of Olympus, Solomons, Lone Peaks again. Actually, Lone Peaks twice. Sorry, Lone Peaks twice. So I know it's probably going to sound really funny, and I hope y'all don't, say in the comments that I have a problem with shoes, because I really don't. But the truth is, I went through a lot of shoes. I went through more shoes than I should have, for sure. And I had a rough time with at least 3 of those pair. The 3 Olympus that I had, 2 Lone Peaks, and Solomon. So again, this is just tongue-in-cheek. This is just fun. I'm just poking some fun at the trail and some of the stuff that I went through because I did some I guess different things. I guess I'm not the same as other hikers. I have my little caveats, my little idiosyncrasies, but shoes are a big thing on the trail. So I mean, you got your feet on the ground, so never compromise shoes, and never really, there's no point in asking anybody for advice on shoes, because the shoes that you like, that you're comfortable in, those are the shoes for you. The shoes you're confident in, those are the shoes for you. I lost literally 6 days on trail because of shoes. And so that's something I'm going to look at moving forward. Being a little serious now, definitely. So anyway, just more fun. And that's it. I'm out, y'all. I'm dropping the mic. It's party night.